So welcome to this video. Actually, this video was not meant to be a tutorial at the first point. I was just making this character from anime called Frieren, I guess. The full name is Frieren, maybe. And I was just thinking, let's make a character out of it. So I found out AI image for the character. So I just thought, let's start making the character, and it will be a good option, good choice for me to sculpt the dress of this particular character. In that AI image, the dress was kind of a very appealing, and I was like, let's try to sculpt that dress, not like doing a Marmoset simulation for that. I just thought of sculpting that dress from scratch, and at the same time I thought this time I wanted to experiment with the recording setup. So I was just experimenting and putting camera on the corner, like over the shoulder shots and something else, like time to time. And actually recording part is kind of tough to see, because let's say you have to focus on the work, or you have to focus on recording and making it as a video. So there are two aspects of this thing, but when you are focusing on making the characters more, but like more like what you want to make them, then you kind of lose track of recording it from proper angle and getting the proper shots, and at the same time making it as a tutorial. So basically for dress I used for body, I had this base mesh which I made like a few years ago. So I thought of using that, and I modified that for the body of that character. And I thought I will be using only half of the body, not like full with only the burst of the body. So I edited that, and later on I thought this time I will try to reduce the time of me sculpting on the hairs, rather than I'll put more time on sculpting on the clothes. So at the beginning I just extracted out the mesh from the scalp, and then had some kind of normal flow. Then after that I used cylinders to block out the different major chunks of the hair, and like kind of defined the shapes in the beginning, because I was not going in that detail for the hairs at that beginning point, because hairs are like made into layers. I think you have seen my other videos, so you know that when I sculpt hairs, they are like always I try to make them into layers, not like as a like this sculpt was like I was working on it for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because whenever I was getting time, I was sitting on with this sculpt and trying with the hairs, then sculpt of clothes, then body, then face, like on and on. I was like, sometimes I was working on the clothes, sometimes I was working on the hairs. But at the editing stage, I thought of like combining it in a way where I just first started blocking the body and kind of finished it, because later on also while sculpting, see, this is a different angle. So yeah, like this time also I'm working on the hair, and these are like different day shots. When I was working on it, I was working on it for different times, not in a one go. So hairs, I was kind of defining sometimes the hair, then I thought, no, I don't want to define it right now. Then I moved on to some other stage, like some other part of the sculpt. But I was like figuring out how to not add that many thin strands and get the definition in the whole chunk itself. So that was the learning for me in this one. And later on I started sculpting the clothes after like kind of blocking out the hair in the beginning stage. Normal blocking, not like going into the detail, because later on I went to the detail for the hairs, not in the beginning. On face wise, I was kind of okay-ish with the face, but I thought just stop there and move on to the next exercise. Not like I just don't want it to be in a position where I just sit on this one sculpt for like many days and just struggle with the thing. No, I just wanted to do this thing as a regular exercise. So this character was this first, and I'll be like doing this exercise with. I'm like currently I'm also doing with this exercise with other characters. So you can see right now I had this mask applied, and I got extracted. I extracted the mesh from that body, and after that I remeshed it. Normal, everything was done in ZBrush. Later on I went in Marmoset to render out this thing, but other than that, everything I did in ZBrush itself. So clothing was kind of tricky because sculpting the cloth using a reference is not the proper way actually. One reference, like when you are using one reference, that is not the proper way. You can sculpt the clothes like when Marvelous Design was not there, people were using like ZBrush itself to sculpt the clothes, but okay, it's fine. These days we use Marvelous, but this time I thought no, this dress. Why I think I was kind of scared to approach this dress in Marvelous. That's why I thought let's do it in ZBrush. That will be much easier. So I just extracted the mesh, and after on I dynamized it, and then just manually I was like seeing that original references which was from AI, and also some references from like normal clothing, like pipe folds. How are the pipe folds? How are these hanging folds? How are some of these stretch folds? So I was like trying to explore the folds also. I won't say that this is the perfect one, but it was a first for me, like just tried. I did other exercises also for clothing in past, but this was like let's see. I have limited references, and I didn't found out that many. I don't know what is this off-shoulder dress, but I kind of tried to search it, and whatever I got, I was like mostly I was following the references. It's not like I was doing it from my mind, because however amount of work you have done, at the end of the day you need references. Without references, I don't think so your mind, or any big artist or small artist, doesn't matter. Anyone, like whoever is working on something, or like whoever consider themselves as an artist, they don't by calling them artists, they don't want to say that they are doing everything from their own. Everything comes from somewhere. Like people say creativity and all, but creativity is also like mixture of your own ideas, your own observation. You are just mix and matching stuff. It's like still like an artist. So yeah, that's why like when I was sculpting this clothes, it was not only about that reference or other references which I was looking. I was kind of using my own mind that okay, if this dress is hanging from some point, how it will hang, and if that dress is getting stretched or squished, so what kind of fold it will make. Like when we see some elastic rubber pants, the stretching in when those pant edges get stitched, they make some kind of different fold, like this one. So I just try to observe that, and I just try to add it. But yes, in this case, I'll say that it's not perfect. It's not perfect at all. But I was just happy to approach this thing as like on the first stage. I was happy to approach this thing, and yeah, like it is not a tutorial. You can just see that what I am doing. First of all, I just blocked out the body and like got the proper shape, and that reference was kind of appealing. So I thought let's make it as a character. And like in this later stage, I just in my future videos, I think I'll be doing this kind of sculpt. Like I'll be just sculpting, because when I'm sculpting this, the best part what is happening is that I am improving my sculpting speed, and I am improving my sculpting skills. At the end, if you guys want to know something, or if I can help you with something, you can let me know. But I was thinking like in this first video of this year, what I posted is that from now on I won't focus on making my things perfect. I'll just do it, show it, and then whatever will happen, that's like consequence of that thing. I won't mind and sitting there to make I won't be like sitting there to make a perfect video in the first place. I'll just make it. So this was this I am brush, which is already there in ZBrush. You don't have to search anywhere else. I thought that I just have to make the sculpt. There was nothing in my mind to make it an animated sculpt or anything, that animated model or anything. So I was just saying it's fine. I will just sculpt it, just extracting and dynamishing and using some other I am brushes, whatever. I just thought of doing it as a sculpt. So yeah, this eyelashes also, I just masked on the main mesh and extracted out the mesh. I'm just pulling it out for the eyelashes, both the sides, because without eyelashes and eyebrows, characters are like kind of mostly like they don't feel that alive. Right now also this feels dull because this character doesn't have any expression right now, but I thought for the first exercise, for the first step, I think this is fine. Same thing, I have to go back to that resolution, you can say, that I don't want to make things perfect. I just want to make things perfect or not perfect. That will time will decide. But whatever I am making, I'll just try to make it as a learning point of view, and yeah, later on I'll see that what will happen. So I just thought of sculpting this thing with the normal Dynamesh, and same thing, eyebrows also. I think in my other videos I've told you about this stroke option, where you can modify the stroke with the graph, and then you can just get that curve snap brush, and curve snap brush will have taper sides from the starting and the beginning ending, and you can get that mesh as a hair looking thing. But when you want to go in that detail, that's when you have to use it. Other than that, it will be kind of heavy for you to manage, and like if you are a beginner, it will be heavy for you to manage those tubes separately. Right now it was on the surface, so I thought let's just use it. And yeah, later on I use that same curve snap brush for this hairs also. So for this first, going into details for this hair, I thought let's have major chunks, major volumes, thick volumes, and they will be overlapping each other, and later on I'll add more volumes to, like, not more volume but more separation to define that particular overlapping thing. So I just had that tube, overlapped it few times, like 3 times. Then after that I dynameshed the whole thing, and then I carved out, and with the clay buildup I just carved out some stuff and like made some layer on top of it. So this is that same curved tube snap brush. I'm just drawing it on the surface, and then after that move brush, like first very useful brush in ZBrush. I just edited the whole curve separately. So this video was very long. I cut it into different pieces, and still every cutted piece is kind of fast forwarded. So this is what I'm gonna do, like for this kind of video, because I can't show like all the video videos. It's very long. So I'll just cut where I feel, because this way is like very helpful for me to not go into the editing stage of this thing, because I'm not an editor. Okay, I learned editing to make videos, not like I was an editor and I have this skill of making the video more appealing by adding the editing skills and editing tricks. I just know like how to make videos, basic videos, and I know how to sculpt, how to make characters, how to make game characters, how to make props and all. So I just thought, let's make it and upload it. That was the whole idea. these tubes are like added with that curve snap brush, and later on I'm just using move brush to edit this thing. So you can see that this whole thick chunk was beneath, then on top of it there is medium thickness, then on top of it you can see this thin strands, and this is very basic. Like you have this volume on top of it, like this volume, you can just have flow on it. That's it. You can just have flow on it. You don't have to worry about these strands, because if let's say something specific coming out like this, if something specific is coming out, you have to make it, or else you can just have the volume. Like this, in this case this was happening, and I still thought because sometimes sculpting makes you feel like you are meditating. you just feel like, let's do it. Like when I was doing this lining stuff, it is repetitive. Sometimes it's repetitive, but sometimes you feel like you want to make this thing beautiful, much better. You want to add more detail, but not always like that. That way of working is not always helpful. But whenever you are doing that, whenever you are feeling that, enjoy the process. I would say that there is no particular rule that no, you shouldn't do this thing. No, it's not like that. You just enjoy the process. So this particular hair, I thought, okay, this is enough. Let's do some poly painting and see, like, because first of all, these eyes were like kind of focal point of this thing, and other thing. Yeah, there is another thing which was focal point, but I would say it's eyes. And yes, then Marmoset. I just jumped into the Marmoset, like that video, how I went into the Marmoset with the mesh. There is this separate video, get dope sculpts, dope render on the channel, which I used that Doraemon model to light it, shade it in the Marmoset. So that same process I used it here. I was like adjusting the lighting, and that vertex paint which I did in ZBrush, that vertex paint just got transferred here, and this is how I got the sculpt. And stay tuned for the future videos. They'll be like this, much interesting characters. I hope you liked it.